everyone, and welcome back to Miss Azrael's Gaming. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Demonologist, the new map. If you caught my recording last time, I was doing it with my one and only ghost partner in crime, Tongue Tied Games, and we played the new map, which is Bedlam. So I don't know what just happened there. Let me go ahead and load into a single player so you can see it in case you haven't seen it. So Bedlam is the new map, and it is an insane asylum. Now, with the new map, there was some papers that you found in your penthouse, if you had the penthouse. Now, as you can get these papers in your game, I'm not going to read all this part. I'm going to read the newer papers that I'm going to show you how to get, because what this video is for is we're going to figure out the puzzle that a ghost named Susie leaves us. Okay, so the most important thing in this paper here is it encompasses all animals, plants, people, universe. It rots flesh, bends metal, crushes rock to dust overall. Okay, so that is a riddle. Now this whole storyline, because you'll see here, if you pull up your journal, you have a notes sheet here, and here you have side objectives, which is where Susie's story comes in. And we have what book, first mission, and friendly ghost, because those are the ones that I have right now. So once you've solved this riddle here, which the answer to it, if you want to know, stay on the video. If not, you might want to, skip past this. It is time, and what you have to do is you have to come to the wall here in your bathroom. You will say time into the game, and it lets you in here. So we have this secret room that's in here. You then find another note, and we learn about the ghost Susie, who was in Bedlam, and it talks about riddles. It talks about that there's a book here that you want you to find, and this was where they had left us off with the update before the most recent one. Now, that being said, with the new update, there was a new piece of paper that had shown up in the penthouse. Now, I had picked it up not realizing it, because I was thinking that it was actually one I had already read, but it turned out it wasn't. So you're going to find that piece of paper right here, and hopefully this will turn out right, because actually I don't have the piece of paper for some reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to head in. Oh, I gotta select. We're going to head into Bedlam, okay? And all we have to do is load into the screen, as far as I know. I don't know if we have to go into the insane asylum or not. I might go ahead and go in just to see. But as far as I know, you just have to enter the lot, and the paper's supposed to show back up. Hopefully it's going to show up and I didn't end up with a glitch. Because that would stink, and I wouldn't be able to, finish this video, so let's go ahead and wait. For some reason, when I first load into Bedlam, it takes a while for me to load in. But then when I, load in all the other times, like when TT and I were playing, I loaded in just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and, grab my flashlight. Hopefully I don't have any jump scares. That would just be great. Because I've been told that I was not the bravest YouTuber. And that's not true. I'm not scared at all. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we've walked in. Now hopefully when we come back, that piece of paper is there. Well, you know what? Since we're here, let's pick a ghost. Let's go with Wraith. Seems like a good choice. It's always TT's favorite choice, so. It was a shade. Okay. Alright, now I did not get the piece of paper. Okay, so I looked up the note, and I'm under the impression that the note only shows up if you've beaten Bedlam, which I have beaten. Hopefully it's going to count for me, but I'm going to go ahead. I found the note online, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. And like I said, you do get it right here on your thing. It could be one of those things I'm going to have to go in, complete the puzzle, and then come back and do this. Okay, so now you're ready. This is called the first mission. Now you're ready to go there. Puzzles you have solved, dangerous ghosts, and more. It won't be easy if we can. That's something we'll talk about later. Bedlam is not a place how you think it is. Not an ordinary asylum, but a corrupt place where people are tortured and sick-minded doctors and their assistants, where evil is done under the name of good. That's why you will encounter a lot of aggressive ghosts there. This will be deadly, but I believe you can do it. It's your job after all, right? The place where they took me for the first time was a day I will never forget. They came to my cell and closed my eyes. First, I'm sure they did not want me to see where we were going. I rightly say how many floors they took me up. I can't rightly say how many floors they took me up. I was unconscious, but I could hear the conversations. Couldn't see them, but hear them. But it didn't take me long to realize that their voices were echoing. I was in a place where they took me for the first time was a day I will never forget. They came to my cell. Oh, I'm sorry, I just reread that. Okay, I was in a place like a toilet. At least that's how I felt. The smell confirmed my feelings, and some walking, we suddenly stopped. I didn't know what was going to happen. They leaned me against a wall and shouted, "Mirror." I still remember that wind blowing in my face, even if I couldn't see it. I'm sure that place has changed. There's definitely something hidden in that place. I don't know where it is, but we can start there. And if we solve the mystery of this place, we should decide what to do. Okay, and then I think it says Susie. So what we're going to do is now we have to go back to the asylum again. So we're going to come back in here. Do I have to... You have to select the... Okay. And we're going to come back in. And we have to go upstairs to the bathroom. Because it's in reference to they took her into the bathroom. And they went to a wall and they said the words mirror. So hopefully this is going to work and that it's going to open the door. Count me going in or getting the piece of paper the first time I was in here. No jump scares, please. Thank you. I'm good. Don't need any. Okay, so you're going to come to this back wall here, right? And we're going to say, mirror. Yep. Yikes. It says, have mercy. Okay. Oh, wow. They took her to a room here. Okay, so we got a key. Why is it super freaking dark in here? Okay, and then we're going to leave. I always forget where the stairs are. Okay, and of course I'm going to, just select a ghost for funsies. So what I've understood is this puzzle entails a lot of coming and going back here. It should be every time that you come back, you get like a new piece of the puzzle. Okay, so and let's go with Hantu. Oh, Oreo. Or Onryo. I did almost pick that. Okay. Now, there should be another note that turns up, hopefully. I think it's supposed to be in the secret room back here. Oh, there we go. It's right there. Good thing. I'm so glad that did not glitch on me. Okay, so, yeah, this key, yes, this key looks familiar. I've seen it before. This is the key that Dr. Thompson carried with himself at all times. I'm pretty sure it opens a door in the canteen. He would pass us by while we were eating and enters the room there with this key. We were watching him in curiosity. However, they must have realized that because they sealed the canteen door with a rope from then, we started to eat in our cells. First, you have to cut that rope. You have a knife, don't you? Don't tell me you work at a job like this and your company didn't give you a knife. No, they technically didn't. It's not one of my tools. Anyway, if you don't have one, I'm sure you can find one inside the hospital or somewhere nearby. There are things I need to tell you about myself, but first you have to go to that room. Let's find out what's in there. I'll be waiting for you here after you open the room and investigate Susie. Okay, so now we have to go back to Bedlam. Now, I do know that there is a knife, because I've noticed that, like, when TT and I played this map before, we were noticing all kinds of things that stood out really well. And there is a knife in the shed next to our tent. I think there was also a knife in the kitchen as well. I don't know if we're going to have to go in the house first and then get it. But we're going to just keep on trekking along. Oh, yep, and it's shiny. Got it. Okay, so now that's considered in our inventory. I don't think I need the bolt cutters. That's for, I believe, an area upstairs. Really wish the stamina was a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to head to the canteen, which is over here. No jump scares, please. Really appreciate that. Just be nice to me, game. I heard that, but I'm not gonna look. So we're cutting open, and we're in the canteen, and there's a door. Oh, fuck! Ah. I said no jump scares, please. Okay, so it says Dark King Immortal, prowling high in the sky. From tears has born the ghost silent rye. Breaking, I can't read all that blood's covering it. Okay, so I'm gonna check around here. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, maybe it's something with the wall here. Let me check see if maybe I have to go back or something. Okay, so let me check my notes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, because I'm not seeing anything around here, we're just gonna go ahead and go back home to our penthouse and see if we get another letter. Because it seems like every time we open a little something, we've always got to go back. So let's go ahead and check. Oh, let me guess, a ghost, just for funsies. Let's go mayor. No, if I can make a little extra money, why not? Oh, Oni, dang it. Okay, so we're looking for maybe another letter. That's the one that starts it all. It's probably going to be in her room. I am curious, though, how Susie got a secret room in our place here. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm actually surprised that you tried to help me so much, even though I didn't tell you anything. I think I should have been more open and honest with you, but you can't decide whether you can eat it or not without seeing the inside, can you? Actually, everything didn't start with Bedlam. Everything started with my marriage to that man. With that man who constantly beat me, constantly insulted and cheated on me. The best but saddest thing that ever happened to me was getting pregnant by this man. We had a child named Elena. I thought everything would be good thanks to my little Elena, but everything started to get worse. Everyone I asked for help turned their back on me, including my own family. Everything got more complicated as my Elena got older. He treated my Elena as he treated me. He was beating and insulting her. He hated us so much that he wouldn't even protect or care about his own daughter. How can you leave a small child alone in the bathroom? My little Elena drowned in the bathtub. The worst part is that he acted as if nothing had happened, treated me like I'm sick and had been locked up in Bedlam. Made me look like a lunatic. Even my family did not stand by me. That's why I'm asking for your help. Maybe this sounds wrong to you, but I can see my Elena again. I don't think about who's guilty and who's innocent. All I want is to see my Elena, even if it's just one last time. Now that you know the truth about me, we can get back to work. That writing you see on the wall is like an incomplete text, but wait a minute. I remember hearing that. Yes, I definitely remember hearing it very well. The employees in Bedlam were talking about such a riddle amongst themselves, and they were trying to solve it. As far as I can remember, the riddle was like this. The Dark King Immortal, so this was what was on the wall. Watching high in the sky, from tears he's born, the ghost's silent wry, breaking the chains of time, unlocking eternity's door, and mirrored eyes, the dreamers dance forevermore. I don't know the answer to. I guess we won't be able to continue without solving this puzzle. I trust you. I trust you. With you, I will get to see my Elena again. You are my only hope, Susie. Okay, so the Dark King Immortal, watching high in the sky. From tears he's born, the ghost silence wry. Breaking the chains of time, unlocking eternity's door. In mirrored eyes, the dreamers dance forevermore. Could that be in reference to death? Because death is born from, it comes out of, tears when people mourn somebody. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me. It is a ghost game. So let's go ahead. We're going to go back there. We're going to go to the wall in the canteen, and we're going to try the word death. Now, hopefully I don't get any more jump scares. I can't wait for TT to do his version. Let's see if he gets jump scared. See, it's already open. Okay, here's the wall. Let's try it. Death. Something happened. Wow. I heard giggling. Okay. Health report. Patient Susie. Date of birth 6/6/1966. Oh, yikes, 666. Okay, diagnosis, schizophrenia and personality disorder. The patient's health status was examined in detail, and the information presented below was obtained from the patient's clinical assessment. Summary. Susie is a patient who has been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Sufficient disturbances in her perception of reality, hallucinations, and thought disorders were observed. This report details Susie's symptoms, treatments, and planning. Diagnosis and symptoms. As a result of Susie's extensive evaluation, she was diagnosed with schizophrenia. The patient experienced oscillations between reality and imagination, confusion, and hallucinations at regular intervals. This situation causes significant losses in Susie's daily life. Treatment plan. Susie's treatment plan includes medication, individual and group combination treatments. It is aimed at managing and improving the symptoms shown by Susie. Regular use of appropriate medications and controlling the side effects are required. Individual therapy sessions focus on Susie's ability to manage her thoughts, maintain connection with reality, and support positive influence, emotional well-being, as well as physical well-being. Therapy provides cognitive and emotional support by working through the patient's past traumas, difficulties, and emotional processes. Hopefully it doesn't get me while I'm reading this. Supportive group therapy allows Susie to interact with other patients who show similar symptoms in a similar situation. These group therapy sessions aim for patients to share their experiences, get support, and gain more awareness about their illness. Dr. Thompson. Okay, so if you found this piece, or if you found this place, you know what you're looking for. I hope you're one of us. Go to our secret place and say the word cloud, Dr. Thompson. Okay, so I'm going to guess we have to go back to the penthouse. Come on, stamina. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we're going to head right on back. We're just bouncing back and forth. So we got to remember the secret word. Oh, let me guess the ghost just for funsies. Poltergeist. So the secret word is cloud that we're going to have to use. Oh, shade. I did almost pick the shade too. Okay. So let's see if we've got another piece of paper. More than likely it's going to be in the secret room. Oh. Okay, I've been sleeping on the edge of all time since I've been here. I was waking up to even the slightest sound. I heard their whispers at midnight when everyone was asleep. I think they waited for everyone to sleep. I could hear the footsteps of doctors approaching my cell. At first I thought they were coming for me. I was scared, but they walked past my cell and moved on. They stopped after a while. I heard the door of another cell opening. This cell door was not in the same line with mine. The sounds were coming from further away. After some time I heard the words you saw in the note. I had the same feeling I had in the toilet. There was a difference, as if something somewhere had changed. The reason I'm telling you about this memory, maybe that this is the place they refer to as a secret place. It's worth a try. First, you have to find the cell keys that Dr. Thompson was carrying, or you can't get into these cells. Try searching the keys in Dr. Thompson's room. After you find the keys, go down to where the cells are and find the right cell. You might need to try all the cells one by one. After you get inside, try saying the word a few times. I don't know which one is the right cell. Maybe you can find a sign or a mark telling which one it is. Go find that book. I can't wait any longer, Susie. Okay. So I have seen a set of keys. I remember when TT and I played, we noticed them. I believe it's in one of the offices on the first floor. Oh, got my little puppy there. So we're going to head back to Bedlam. And the cells are referring to the padded rooms in the basement. So I guess we just go there and try every once we get the keys and try every lock there. So I think his room, no jump scares please. I think it's here. Yep, got the keys. Turn on the light just because I want to. Keep my sanity from dropping real bad. And then here we go. Oh, and we're gonna go down into the basement area. Okay, and that one's already open, so we'll try that. Nope, regular room. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so that one. Okay, let's try it in this one. So, cloud. Okay, nothing in that one. Oh, I can't see to get out. Let's try it in this one. Cloud. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Oh, yikes. Okay. All right. So it says, the sun turns darkness into light. The sun goes down. The moon comes out. The sun is jealous of the moon. It has to wait for the morning. The sun comes out and illuminates the darkness. Okay. So we have a lock here. Okay. So we have a sun. How do I... Oh, okay. I move it with the one buttons. Okay. So the sun turns down darkness into light. The sun goes down, the moon comes out. The sun is jealous of the moon. It has to wait for morning. The sun comes out and illuminates the darkness. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to be a sun or moon's the answer to the puzzle. Darkness into light. So probably the moon. I think it's going to be the opposite. So it would be maybe moon, sun, moon, sun, or is it sun? Let's try, okay, let's try, moon, sun, moon, sun. I was right. Okay, we've got the key, okay? So now we're going to leave, and we're going to go back to the penthouse. Please, no jump scares. Been doing really well so far. I've only had the one, which I'm assuming happened because of the, door, and put the light on, so in case my sanity's dipping pretty bad. There we go. Okay, we're out, and we're gonna go back to the penthouse and see if there is a new piece of paper. And we're gonna pick a ghost first. Let's go ghoul. Maybe I'll get one right. Oh, Revenant. I almost picked that too. So, let's go ahead and continue. It's probably in here again. Yep, I think I saw it. Let's turn on the light so we can see better. Here we go. Okay. All right, I think we've reached the end. I can feel it. This is our last obstacle. I will meet her again. There's one last thing left for us to do. I know this key. When they took the book away from me, they hid it somewhere using this key. That place is in the shed outside the building, and I know that this key will work when you get there. I have no idea what awaits you inside. All I know is that that book is there. I am running out of patience. Bring me that book now, Susie. Oh, Susie's getting a little... She's getting a little bossy. I'm not wanting to give her the book. She's getting kind of rude. I don't think it's good if a spirit's like yelling at me. It's probably not a good thing. So let's head back to Bedlam. So she's referring to the shed out in the back by our tent, and I'm pretty sure it's the thing that looks like the cellar doors. I remember noticing those. Thinking, you know, I wonder if that's going to be something they're going to add on later on, or if it's going to be something in here with the puzzle that we had to solve. Oh, that doesn't look good. No jump scares, please. Okay, Susie was a young person. Oh, look, the book just appeared. That is one demonic-looking book. Okay, so Susie was a young person who had not been able to communicate successfully with her environment since her youth and harmed the people with whom she communicated. Having problems with her family, Susie met Martin at a young age, and they decided to get married. Susie and Martin wanted to be parents at a young age, but could not have children due to Susie's illness. Susie does not have any children, according to the records, but Susie has convinced herself that she has a daughter, and her name is Elena. Okay, so Susie never did have a daughter. So she can't get her daughter back because her daughter doesn't exist. He was telling his wife what he had seen he was telling his wife that he had seen his daughter and even talked to her. Susie's husband, Martin, brought Susie to Bedlam for treatment to help her. I wonder if they meant she was telling her husband, and they got that backwards, because he was telling his wife he had seen the daughter and even talked to her. Like, why? Unless he was trying to make her crazy. I don't know. So Martin brought Susie to Bedlam for treatment to help her. My first impression of Susie was that she had a moderately calm personality. She didn't seem to have any issues, or so it seemed. Susie's husband was also coming to visit her often. One day I saw Susie in her cell interested in a book. Actually, that is normal, isn't it? But when I saw the book, I had a strange feeling. The book was pulling me in, as if it were talking to me. When she noticed that I was looking at her, she quickly hid the book and averted her eyes from me. After all, we are in the mental hospital, right? I thought it was perfectly normal. Susie started to take on a different attitude day by day. She wouldn't eat anything, and we noticed that her moderate demeanor was starting to become more and more aggressive. All she cared about was that book. Susie and her husband seemed to be on good terms. He used to visit Susie often, but when he came to visit, Susie didn't want to see him anymore. She was completely enclosed. As the days passed like this, one night we heard loud screeches coming from Susie's cell. When we got there, we could clearly see Susie's veins swollen almost to bursting, as if she had no skin. Her fever was over 40, and she was muttering a single word, Elena. When I went to check on Susie again, the next day I was very surprised, because she got better. Her introverted state was gone. She seemed like a happy person. She didn't seem to have a problem, or so I thought. Everything was going well in Susie's process. She reestablished communication with her husband, ate her meals, and seemed happy. It was as if she had never experienced that night. This was very strange, but I did not take any action, thinking she was okay. When her husband came to see Susie, he requested something after meeting with her. Can I take her home for one night? It would be good for Susie. It will help the healing process, and Susie wants it too, he said. Since Susie's progress was going very well, I thought it would be good for her. I allowed her to stay in her house for that night. I think this was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. The night Susie wasn't in Bedlam, I had a gnawing feeling. I took the initiative and went to check on her cell. She had a very clean cell. Everything was tidy, not messy. I said, "No need to worry," and decided to leave the room. Just as I was about to leave the room and close the door, I saw a red stain on the wall at the corner of the bed, as if it had been covered with the bed. I had to satisfy my curiosity. I couldn't believe what I saw when I pulled the bed aside. There were strange symbols written in blood on the wall, and in the middle of these symbols, Death and Martin were written side by side. We immediately went to Susie's house with the police, but it was too late for everything. When we got home, we could hear Susie's crying and muttering, even through the front door. We went in. Susie had drawn the same symbols she had drawn in her cell in blood in her room. Her husband was lying on the floor covered in blood. There was a writing, Elena, on the wall. Susie was muttering something like, "He tricked me. Elena won't come back." Next to Susie was that book that had caught my attention earlier. The book was open, as if she were trying to perform a ritual using that book. As we approached Susie, Susie shouted, "I don't want to go," but her voice was different than usual. It was deeper, as if it didn't belong to her. She said once more, "I don't want to go," and fainted. We locked Susie back in her cell in Bedlam. Will she go to prison or stay in Bedlam? While waiting for the decision, Susie's execution was ordered. And until the time of her execution, it was deemed appropriate that she remain in Bedlam, as she was mentally ill. Everything got even worse after that. After this incident, Susie never once asked about her husband or home. There was only one thing she asked for and wanted, and that was the book. She wasn't even eating. She was very aggressive. We never gave that book to her. She continued to hurt and insult people. She turned into someone whose condition had deteriorated and is now trying to harm everyone, including us. This really wasn't the Susie we knew knew when she first came. She was a different person. When the day of the execution came, even Susie's words at the execution were about the book. She wanted the book, laughing and angrily. Her last words were, "You think everything is over, but this is just the beginning until that book is in my hands." We believed everything would go back to normal after Susie's execution. But it didn't turn out as we had expected. Inexplicable events began to happen in Bedlam. Patients died, doctors died, and many other bad things took place. We decided to seek help from the church because we started to believe that Susie didn't really go. The church also confirmed us. They imprisoned Susie in her own house and hid the book. And they told us precisely and clearly, "Do not take this book out of here or let it fall into Susie's hands again. If this book falls into the hands of Susie, even we don't know what will happen." Even though the book was hidden, I still had a bad feeling, because the book was still within reach of any human being, even if it was difficult. So I did some research. There is no way to destroy the book, but no one can hide it. It can be hidden in another dimension. I cannot do this. The book does not want to be hidden. It wants to be found and used. It wants to control people and play with their minds. I do not have the will to resist that book. If you can hide it, take the book and place it on the statue located at the entrance of the hospital outside. Whatever happens, don't let Susie or anyone else get this book. Dr. Thompson. Okay. So we have this very demonic looking book here. I mean, if I'm not supposed to let this get in anybody's hands, why would I want to touch it? Okay, we've got the book. And it had horns on it. I don't know if I like that too much. Okay, now. just so everybody knows, if you've watched this up to this point and maybe you're thinking about doing this, you now have two choices, okay? We can give the book to the statue, which is what the doctor asked us to do, or we can take it to Susie. Now, TT and I, we played Bedlam after we finished because we didn't find the book right off the bat, and we didn't really, we thought we were going to get it after solving the puzzle, and that's not what happened, and it turned out, that there was more to this puzzle than what we had thought. So, I'm going to give the book to the statue, and we're going to see the ending on that, because the way that the developers did this, once you have made a choice, you cannot go back and make the other choice. So TT is going to go back to the penthouse and give the book to Susie while I give it to the statue. So we'll see what my ending is, and then you can go and I will tag his video once he gets it up, and I will, like I said, tag his, and you can go and watch his and see what happens when you give the book to Susie. So, and just to let you know, like I said, once you do this, you can't change it. Also, if you were playing with a group of people and maybe you all wanted to do this on your own and kind of see, the different effects, or like you wanted to do it as a group or something, you need to be aware that once you open all these things, like the doors that I've opened, the papers that I found, they're gone. And when you load into your game by yourself, they will be gone. Just like in the penthouse where the doors open, if you did that with a group of people, your door is going to be open whether you did it or not. So just be aware that if you would like to do this puzzle, don't be with anybody who's going to do it, in case you want to do it on your own and read the stuff on your own and do the puzzles and stuff on your own. So let's go ahead and we're going to give the book to the statue. Okay, it says good or evil, complete the Susie story. Ooh. Is the statue going to fall in it? Oh, the book. Oh. Is that it? Well, that was kind of a letdown. I mean, interesting, but kind of a letdown, but okay, that's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to go back. Let's go back and, see if, there happens to be a piece of paper or anything. I mean, maybe Susie's, going to kill me the minute I enter my home. Let's pick Myling. And head back to the penthouse. Oh, it was a stinking wraith. I should have known. Okay, so let's just take a look around. It's funny that piece of paper still stays there. She's probably gonna kill me when I walk in here and it's like permadeath. Oh, there is a piece of paper. So it wasn't there. I truly believed it was there. If it's not there, I really don't know where to look. You can't help me anymore. I am all alone now. I can't ask for more. Farewell, Susie. Okay, well, sorry about your luck. It's my house. You can leave now. Yeah, so that's it, everyone. Now, I do want to make note. I should have actually... I didn't have to go back to the penthouse after I got the book. And I should have made note. It was actually something that I had seen in a group chat. And if you come over here on the wall, you'll notice, all these names. And, they got the 28 and stuff like that. My little doggy. You wouldn't think normally that it's saying anything. But if you look at the first letter of each name, okay, and you look see how these are all in line, and then this one's farther over. All in line, farther over. Okay, so we have don't trust her. And I think that's in reference to Susie. So I think we made the right choice by giving the book to the statue. Like I said, you'll have to check out TT's playthrough of, doing the puzzle and stuff. You can watch him go through it all. See if he gets jump scared, because... he's not the bravest YouTuber. I hate to break it, to him, but he has his little scaredy moments, and I think I was quite brave even with the old lady that jumped in my face. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, what did you think about that? Did you like seeing the walkthrough for it? Had you been confused and not really sure what to do? It was definitely neat. I was hoping for a little bit more than just the book going into a fiery pit and being destroyed. But it was definitely interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing TT give the book to Susie, because I have a feeling I won't have a ghost partner in crime anymore. So please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.